Hi Samurais and welcome back to my channel. On today's video we are creating this cotton candy winter wonderland look. I had a lot of fun creating this for you guys. It came out a lot better than I thought it would. I wanted to do something a little bit different away from like the traditional golds and reds and greens and browns, and just really give something a little bit different. And I came up with this. So you'll see I did originally plan to have some snowflakes in there with it, but my water activated white liner did leave this wonderful earth. She is completely dried out, so I'm very sad about that. I'll have to get a new one. But otherwise, I hope you guys are having an amazing holiday season. We're about 2 weeks out from Christmas, so I'm very excited. I love you all so much, and if you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that bell icon and that subscribe button so that way you're notified when new content is uploaded. Next week we will be doing one of the 2 reveal videos that we have with the Makeup Revolution X Elf collection. I got most of the collection. There were some things that I didn't really necessarily want or need, but I did get a lot of the main staples, so make sure you tune in next week to see that. It is a larger video. Otherwise, I hope you guys are having an amazing day. Stay safe, and as always, make good choices. To start today's look, we're going to go in with the NYX Bear With Me Hydrating Jelly Primer. In previous videos, some of you do know that this is a dupe, a very good dupe, for the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. This one does start out a little bit more of a liquid consistency, but as you apply it, it does start to dry down really nicely and give you that sticky tackiness that you're looking for with, like you get with the Milk Primer. I'm really focusing on my T-zone as well, because that's typically where my makeup breaks up the quickest. So we're going to let that dry for just a second and we'll be right back. Now that our primer is almost dry, we're going to go in with the Tarte Double Duty Beauty Foundation. This is the shade 8B Porcelain Beige. I have never tried this foundation before. I actually picked this up on Black Friday because it was half off. I've always wanted to try it, just never really pulled the trigger on it. So we're going to give that a shot now. I'm just going to put a couple of pumps on my beauty blender, and then we're going to go in and dab that in. I am going to do maybe a half of a pump to finish up the rest of my face. Sorry, today was hair wash day, so I'm trying not to crease my hair or put anything in it right now that will mess up how straight it is. Because I don't like to go back in with my straightener more than I have to. On most days, I just let it air dry and the wild mane goes free, but every now and then I'll straighten it. I think most I straighten is maybe 2, maybe 3 times a week at most. And I make sure that I use my heat protectants and my blow dryer protectants and all those fun things. Alright. So far, so good. For highlighter, I am going to go in with the shade 12S Fair. Not sure how this is going to work with the 8B Porcelain Beige, but we're going to give it a shot and see how it works. So, how is everyone? It's been a crazy week. I feel like I haven't recorded in forever, but also feel like I've been running around like a crazy lady, trying to get things ready for Christmas and decorating and just insanity. So this does seem to be a little more yellow with this foundation, but you know, we're gonna give it a shot and see how it works out. So now we're gonna go back in with that damp beauty blender and we're just gonna blend all of this out. Alright, to set everything in place, we're going to go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Translucent Setting Powder. And to apply this, I'm going to go in using my damp beauty blender just to go in and get it all set and baked. Alright, now that we have that applied, we're going to let that set for just a minute and we'll be right back. Now that we've let that set, we're going to go in with our JH01 Fluffy Brush just to dust off all the excess and blend everything in nicely. Now that we have that all blended in, we're going to go in with our Milani Silk Matte Bronzing Powder in the shade 02 Sunkissed. And to apply this, we're using the Morphe x Jaclyn Hill JH07 Tapered Brush. Next, for our blush, we're going in with my absolute favorite, which is the Essence Beauty Mosaic Blush in the shade the 40, The Very Connection. This is my favorite drugstore blush. It's very pigmented. It lasts so long and it looks so nice on the skin. So I'm just going to blend that into our contour bronzing powder. I really need to try like a cream contour on top of this just to kind of give it a little better depth, but I'm terrified. So if you have a favorite one that you use, comment below because I want to try it and see how I like it. So this brush that I'm using is the Jaclyn Hill X Morphe JH06 Tapered Angled Brush. I love Morphe brushes and I love Jaclyn Hill. I've had these brushes for a while and they are some of the best brushes I've ever owned, if not the best. So if you feel like you put on too much, you can go back in with a clean brush and just blend it all out. I do it just to blend everything out, just so we make sure it looks really nice. I'm just gonna go underneath and cut that. Just so we have a nice clean line. Now that our blush is finished, I'm going to be going in with the Glamlight X Michaela Highlighter. I do love this highlighter. It's so nice. If you haven't seen it, this is the inside. And it is so pretty on the skin. Michaela did such an amazing job with this. So we're just gonna put that on with our Morphe highlighting brush. Look at that glow. Look at it. Cupid's bow. And our highlighter is complete. Next, we're going to go in and do our eyebrows. Those of you who are new here, I don't do too much with my eyebrows because they already do have a pretty dark color. They also have a pretty good shape as well. They do need to be threaded, but that's okay. I just kind of go with it. For my brows, I use the Morphe Micro Brow Pencil in the shade Latte. It does have the spoolie on the end. I think this is like $5 or $6 at Ulta. One of my absolute favorite brow pencils. Alright, now that our brows are donezo, I'm gonna go in with my P. Louise 0.5 Rumor, the P. Louise base in Rumor 0.5. I'm gonna use this to prime my eyelids. I do love the P. Louise eyeshadow base. I also love the one from Glamlight, the Icing. That one's amazing as well. Definitely worth the price. So this year we decided to go with a real tree. I'll insert a picture here for you. This is our first Christmas tree, which I am absolutely obsessed with. Well worth it. I'm very happy with how everything kind of turned out. We got the fireplace finally going. It's been fun. My Christmas shopping is almost done. Almost. I feel like I'm constantly forgetting something, but I feel pretty good about this Christmas. I went a little more unorthodox. My husband and I, for the last couple of years actually, we've been doing what we call practical Christmas. So what it is, instead of like every Christmas or Christmases in the past have always been, you know, people getting us mugs and glasses and clothes that we don't need and just the most random things. I appreciate the gifts, I always do. But there, you know, you have those gifts that once Christmas comes and goes, it's still just sitting there, you know, 2 or 3 months later. And we started the idea of practical Christmas. So what it is instead of buying each other things that we don't necessarily need, let me rephrase that. Instead of buying each other things that we don't need, random crap that's just going to take up space and collect dust, we actually buy each other things that we need, you know, sneakers, socks, boxers, tank tops, workout gear, whatever it may be. Sure, we'll throw in like 1 or 2 things that we want, but most of what each of us ask for are things that we need, or things that we need for the house. Especially this year, I've asked for a couple of household things just that I wouldn't normally buy myself. So I love the idea. I've actually started doing it with my family as well. I kind of force that on them, where it's more of like, it's not what you want. I know that's kind of how Christmas is supposed to be, but I know it's things that, or I buy things that I know that they won't buy themselves, that they have said that they've needed in the past. So it's just something a little bit different. And when Christmas is done and everything's, you know, ready to be put away, everything already has a spot, and you don't have to worry about like, oh, okay, this, you know, do I need to store this for next year, or, you know, can I use it right now? Everything's got a place, and it's so nice just to go upstairs, you know, wash it if it's a clothing item that you need, and just put it away and just carry on with things. So okay, now that we have our eyeshadow base blended in, we're going to be using a couple of different palettes today. Let me get myself situated here, move some stuff out of the way. So the first thing I am going to do is I'm just going to go in and set this eyeshadow primer with a nude base. So the nude base that I'm using is out of the Jaclyn Hill Divine Neutrals palette that she did with Morphe. I did create a look with this palette. I'll link it here. But I'm just setting this primer just because it is a little bit of a tackier primer, and I know that you can do this. You can, you know, blend your not your mascara. You can blend your eyeshadow out with it, no problem. I just prefer something that's a little bit easier of a surface to blend into. So that's why it's not anything crazy. I literally just go in and tap it and then just brush it on, and that's about it. Okay, so to start this look, start our eyeshadow look, we're going to be doing more of like a purple icy dream eyeshadow look. So the first thing that I'm going to go in with is the Jeffree Star Bloodlust palette. I haven't used this palette probably more than once, but we're going to go in with the shade High King. We're going to go with the shade High King here, and we're going to blend this into our crease. I'm going to connect this to my outer corner. Alright, now we're going to repeat the same steps on the other side. Now going in with the Glam Light Ice Cream Dream Palette, we're going to be taking the shade Honey Lavender, which is the shade right here. And we're going to be using this to blend out this pink that we've already applied. And for this, I am using my M506 brush. This is a more of a pointed detail brush, but it does wonders when you're getting this close to your brow. going to go back in with the Hiking shade just to brighten this back up and blend it into the purple a little bit more. As Nikki Tutorial always says, trust the process. I feel like my eyeshadow always starts off looking like absolute garbage, but by the end, I make it look and feel better than what I'm seeing right now. That's for dang sure. Alright, and the same thing, I'm trying to go back in with that Hiking shade, just to make this a little bit darker and blend it in a little bit better. Alright, for the final shade that we're going to be using for this look, we're going in with the Michaela X Glam Light palette, and we're going to be taking the shade Simping, which is this pretty pink shimmer shade, and we're going to apply this to our whole eyelid that doesn't have anything on it and blend it into everything else. I am going to go in with the shade Hiking and drag that slightly into my lower lash line. Not too much, but just enough. Now taking that JH07 brush, I'm just going to dust off the remainder of that powder that we applied. Alright. So initially my plan was to go through and add some snowflakes to each side, but sadly my white water activated liner is deceased. She's no more. I don't know if she dried out or what happened, but I don't have anything else to use, so we're gonna have to skip that part. But we are going to be doing eyelashes and a lip, so I'm going to go ahead and apply my lashes off camera, and I'll be right back. And for today, for my lashes, I'm using the Hocus Pocus Color Pop Collection Clever Witch lashes. These are the lashes from their first Hocus Pocus collection from last year, and they're super wispy and small, nothing too crazy. So we'll be right back. For mascara, I am going to be using the Tarte Man Eater mascara. This is one of my absolute favorites, and I have already curled my eyelashes. Alright, now that we have our lashes on, we're going to go in and do our lipstick. For the lipstick, we're going to go in with the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Scorpio Velour Liquid Lipstick. And to set our face, we're going to be going in with the Cover FX High Performance Setting Spray 24-Hour Wear. Alright guys, and this is the final look. I feel like this is more of like a cotton candy, Christmassy kind of look. I would definitely see wearing this to definitely a Christmas party. More so away from like the greens and the golds and the reds. I really like this look. It came out really, really nice. But this is it. Alright guys, so with that being everything for this look, next week I will be revealing the Makeup Revolution X e.l.f. collection that I received. It will be a longer video, so if you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that bell icon down below so that way you're notified when new content is uploaded. Otherwise, I will see you guys on the next one.